Hey guys, Robert here. Just wanted to say, if you listen to Will There Be Cake, you'll notice that we have a lot of special guests on the episodes, and a lot of these special guests are voice actors for the audio dramas we produce here at Seven Lamb. So if you want to check out those audio dramas, we got everything from horror to sci-fi to comedy to drama. You can check those out on 7lamb.com, the number 7lamb.com. They're all listed there. But we also, if you just search for 7 Lamb Productions on iTunes or wherever you're listening, you'll find them too. They should pop up. Anyways, thanks and enjoy the next episode of Will There Be Cake? Everybody, welcome to another episode of Will There Be Cake. Today is May 24th, and I am Robert Lamb. With me, as always, Amber Simpson.
Hey.
And today, that's what I was going to say. Today, we have two special guests, Jack Austin and Meagan Austin.
Hey.
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks.
It's a good gay.
I was going to say.
It is a good gay.
It's a good gay to be live.
Perfect.
Anyways, today is May 24th, and what special holiday are we celebrating today?
Today we are celebrating National Scavenger Hunt Day.
Scavenger Hunt.
Whoa.
Woo, woo, woo.
Wow.
So if you took a long time to find this podcast, it's
You're
all
winning.
part of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pageantry.
Yep, we hid this episode
Yep.
Just this one.
in order. So,
Put it under a different name in sequential order.
yeah. This is on like
You're like, why
Joe
is May
Rogan's
24th
podcast
missing?
feed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Scavenger hunts. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. What is a scavenger hunt, Amber
I
Simpson?
think we can live without them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done
Likely,
one in my life.
Scavenger Hunt is a game where teams are challenged to scavenge for a list of odd items. I mean, there's different versions of it and all that, but you're not, like in the most popular version, you're not allowed to buy the objects, and depending on where the hunt takes place, you may have to beg, barter, or work for them. Some scavenger
beg,
hunts
barter.
have riddles,
Ooh, those are the best.
with each one increasing the difficulty of the game, and the team with the most items or the first to complete the list wins.
Nice.
Okay.
Have you ever done a scavenger hunt before, guys?
I have.
I have too. Yeah.
Me as well.
Scavenger hunts include people. You
Right.
have to find people.
Well,
No, you
you have to
can.
have evidence that you've found whatever it is. So if they say,
Right.
like on some parties will be centered around a scavenger party or a scavenger hunt, and they'll say find a bride's what is it?
Garter,
No.
nipple ring.
Nipple ring.
Jesus Christ. No. That's an interesting look. But like what's the damn party that they have before the wedding?
Bachelorette party.
Bachelorette party. Find a bachelorette party while you're out. You know what I mean?
Go find like another one.
Right.
If you just thought of a bachelor party and then add at the end, you would have remembered it.
I would have.
Yeah. Next time.
He's the only, well,
My thoughts were on a scavenger hunt, huh?
You found them, though. You found them.
We have fun, huh?
Yeah, you have to find stuff. I remember a long time ago, I think it was right after high school, we set up a scavenger hunt with me and like 15 friends,
Yeah.
and we all just made up a list of things we had to find, and you had to take pictures of them, and we just
Yes.
got disposable cameras and stuff.
that's great.
And we started at midnight and went till 12 the next day.
Holy
Jesus.
smokes.
Because it was the only time all of us had off of work on this one day. So we're like, let's just stay up all night. And we did. We split up into 3 teams and spent that whole 12 hours just searching for stuff.
Says here on the list, low grade fever.
It was crazy. Like some of the stuff that we had to like
As
find.
they walk through downtown.
Did like everyone
Right.
chip in for the list? I wasn't
Yeah.
a part of this, right?
I don't know. Were you?
I don't know. I smoke a lot of weed. I don't remember things.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Righteous.
Memories.
You weren't on my team. I think it was like me, Tony, Cody, and
He's like,
somebody
you didn't
else.
win.
It's
That's
totally
what I know."
possible, but I don't know.
I mean,
remember
there's
it.
3 teams, and we like went around and like I remember we went down
We
to
did a
Fort
lot of crazy
DeSoto
random
like late
shit.
at night trying to find stuff. And
Who did win?
I don't remember.
Probably
I
your
don't think it was
team.
my
Yeah.
team.
Oh wow.
It wasn't my team, but one of them was like wax your chest, and my friend Cody did
Oh
that.
Jesus.
We went into a Walgreens like right when they opened or whatever, and he just started tearing it off. He did it right outside the Walgreens.
Just started tearing it off.
Just started tearing it
And it was
off.
very much like 40-year-old virgin. He has just like
Oh
a
my
bloody
god!
shirt.
Yeah, it was like I was like, oh my god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
definitely bloody.
Gross.
That is gross.
Yeah,
Good-
so that
good
was
times.
fun.
What were some of the other items you searched for?
So this was when like Blockbuster was still around.
Hey.
So I remember one of the things was you had to find different vehicles or something like that. And one of the teams went to Blockbuster when they opened and just started taking pictures of like, oh, we need a pirate ship. They took a picture of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh
like
my
that. So I'm like,
God.
come on.
That's cheating.
That's not the same.
No.
Yeah.
Did you specify like
Yeah.
real pirate
Yeah, we
ship?
said you had to find real things, but I guess like it was starting to get like, I'll say late, even though it was really getting early. And we just, I guess they got tired and they wanted to
No,
So
stop
I'm
Nobody
driving
assuming
around.
that you could have gone to like a beach store and
Yeah.
found like a pirate ship like in a bottle or something.
Yeah,
like,
and also I think it was
okay.
around the time when they had the pirate ships for like the parades and
John's
stuff like
Pass
that.
and
Yeah, or
stuff.
like at John's Pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like because we drove all the way down to Fort DeSoto to take pictures. Like we had to find like a raccoon and like other things too.
That-
So
actually,
we were like
that
out
bridge
there.
is a really
Find
good
a
place to find
raccoon.
raccoons.
Yeah, I think we did
Jesus.
find a raccoon. I think we found one. It's glowy little eyes. We took a picture of it at night. It worked.
Scavenger hunts they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't done one.
Then we went to the mall
forever,
and did a
but-
bunch of stuff there too.
That would be a pretty good one if
Yeah.
you're like not looking to go all damn day.
Right.
Just do a
Like,
scavenger
just go to
hunt
the
around
mall.
Yeah.
Just go to the mall and do
Yeah.
a scavenger hunt. Try to find stuff.
I remember when I worked at the theater downtown, I don't know if it was like a group or something, but there used to be people who did them all the time because they would come in and either ask for a ticket stub or ask if they could go take a picture inside the theater or something like that. It's definitely happened a few times when I
You
was
were like,
working
no.
there. Yeah.
the mall.
Why?
Buy a ticket.
Yeah. Buy a
Nerd.
ticket. you
Exactly.
idiot.
I think one of the
Well, because
that's
you
what it
can't
was.
buy things.
No, one of the things that we had to find on our scavenger hunt was you had to find or take a picture of an empty theater. And we went to the theater and went inside and like talked to the managers. They're like, "Yeah, come in." So we went in there and took a picture.
Yeah, I don't think I was involved, but I think I was like I knew you when
You
I was
probably-
working at the theater at that time. So
Yeah.
I think I do remember that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway.
whatever. It was fun. I'll never do it again though because that was like it
Never?
was a lot. Well, I'll never say never again.
That's the last time, I promise.
Yep. Yeah. So like, how do you celebrate? You just celebrate basically doing a scavenger hunt.
I mean, yeah. How else would you celebrate? I mean, I
Good.
could tell you whatever. The only history I found on it.
do that.
An American gossip columnist, author, songwriter, and professional hostess, Elsa Maxwell, created the introduction of the scavenger hunt for use as a party game in the modern era. She lived from 1883 to 1963.
So where
March
does
20
the modern era start?
May 24th. Her birthday was. She was born on May 24th, so I guess that's. I don't know.
Oh, really?
That's why.
That's why today is scavenger.
She
hunt
just wants
day.
extra shit to celebrate on her birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
She was
That's
super
very
into
selfish.
herself.
Ash.
Listen to her
She wants
title.
to find all her presents for her
Yes.
day, her
She's-
special day.
She was somewhere in a Denny's in 1960.
You know who I am? I created the scavenger hunt day.
you to look up why I'm so important.
Think of all the scavenger hunts you've done in your time.
Yeah.
That's because of me.
You're welcome.
Wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, lady, do you want your pancakes or not?
Okay, well, in honor of scavenger hunt day,
Oh, we knew it.
I created my own little scavenger hunt.
Beautiful.
I printed out these papers. They have 10
Okay.
things you have to find
Ooh.
in this room.
Oh
Did you make one for
my
yourself?
But I'm gonna
gosh.
read. I'm gonna read them first, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them to everybody, and then you guys gotta find them.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we just pointing? Or
Yeah.
Are we?
How are you
I
grading
don't give a
this,
shit.
Dumbledore?
Fine. Here, just everyone gets a sheep. I'm gonna read through it so everybody
It's a
can
sheep.
hear this. Okay. So basically, they start off easy. So the first one you have to find is a pen. Then you have to
Okay.
find a microphone.
Okay.
Okay. Good job, guys.
We're doing so good.
Then you got to find an outlet.
Bingo.
Okay. Something made of wood.
Wham.
Is that true? Jack's pointing to me.
Got
My
it.
pants. You got to find a red light switch.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wait.
Red
A
light
red
switch.
light switch.
Wow.
You
it
actually have to be
it got
like
hard.
Bingo.
Whoa.
Jack
Jack
found-
wins.
Okay. A chair with no back. Yeah, Meagan found it. It's behind.
It's sitting behind me.
It's folded up behind
The
Jack.
only person that can
Sick.
see it.
Yeah, I mean,
Megan.
literally.
All right, fine. A packet of fruit snacks.
A packet of fruit
A
snacks.
packet
Empty your
of fruit
pockets.
snacks.
Empty your pockets.
You have
Where?
something in your hand, but it's
Oh,
not
no,
a
that's
fruit
not- that's
snack.
not it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
up there.
Taped to the
Oh
wall.
my god. What the hell?
Taped to the
I
wall.
taped it
Come
to-
on.
Okay, Advil liquid gels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up by the,
jig is
by
up,
the
dude.
AC.
It's on with AC. Now Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon 3DS case.
How did I not notice this random shit taped to the fucking walls?
It's just Luigi's Imagine Dark Moon 3DS case.
Well, I just
Luigi's Mansion.
I just don't want you to find Luigi's Mansion, the first one,
Oh, that's
and
right,
I don't
'cause-
want you to find the third one.
GameCube is right next to it.
Didn't want you to get confused.
And then the
Yeah.
last one is a single blueberry.
Wow.
It's in your hand.
Damn it.
What?
I'm a fucking genius.
How did you clock
Because he
that?
picked something up.
Because
over
I
there.
watched him pick it up and I was like, "You just picked up a fruit snack, you fuck!" And it wasn't.
It
was a
wasn't.
blueberry.
It was a
Damn it.
blueberry.
Wow, tricks.
Dang. I
It is
know.
a fruit
Tricks for
snack,
kids,
technically.
man.
I
Come
couldn't
on.
figure out where I wanted to put the blueberry.
So he decided to put it in his hand where it's unseeable.
No, I was going to
For
just
the
put it. I
scavenger.
wanted you guys to look around for everything first, and then I was going to put it right in the center of
Oh,
the table.
she's
but
too smart.
I
it's
ruined
too
ruined
late.
Yeah.
I ruined it.
Oh, well.
Would what's her name be proud of you?
Who? Scavenger Hunt lady?
Happy birthday, by the
We
way.
pay
Yeah.
her homage. Happy birthday to her and our oldest son.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Son's
Wow.
birthday. Nice.
He's 53
Well,
years old.
Now
Oh,
you know how to
absolutely.
celebrate it.
Yeah.
Make him
Ooh,
find
yeah.
all his presents.
Makes
All
you go
right,
on a
son, go
scavenger
find
hunt.
somebody who's proud of you.
Do you think he would want? Do you think he
Find
wants
somebody who
Luigi's
gives a
Mansion?
shit, boy.
Yeah, right.
Does he want Luigi's Mansion Dark
On
Moon
DS?
on 3DS?
On 3DS.
Because it's up there.
Or fruit snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants
Actually,
fruit snacks, you
I would
can pull
really
them
love
down.
for him to get the fruit snacks.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Not
taped a
the
few
Advil
things to
liquid
the.
gels.
He'd come in and go, not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Good-
not a lot
good
of places
scavenger
to hide stuff in
Nope,
here,
definitely
and I
not.
had to make it so everybody could kind of see where
There
the
was
things
no
were.
clues at all.
None.
Those were clues.
All I got was the red light switch. I feel kind of.
I guess those are clues.
And it's behind me.
You didn't get the
I feel
chair.
like you've asked.
What?
It was behind you.
That was
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
So you don't only get things behind you if that's what you were going for.
What do you mean?
The chair is behind you.
Yeah, I know. I said all I got was the red light switch.
Behind you.
Behind you.
Yeah.
But you didn't
You
get
did
the
great.
chair. That's
You did
also
great.
Thank
correct.
you.
You're welcome.
We're totally
Moving
teaming
on.
up.
Listen,
You
I had to
did
tape
great.
some things to the wall, so I'll pull those down, or maybe I'll leave them up and they'll just be decorations.
Just
from
leave
now
them
on.
up. You know what you should leave up is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon 3DS.
Yeah, you should. It's just so every time someone's in here and randomly
I think
sees it.
acoustically, it fits.
It does,
very well.
actually.
Well, you can see like some of the soundproofing is missing from that area.
We're gonna
and that
get-
kind of
We're
fills
going to
it in.
get some reviews. This studio clearly has a copy of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon 3DS.
You could tell in the audio
The
production.
acoustics really speak to that.
And the artistry in which you taped it to the wall in such
Well,
glorious fashion.
I thought it was gonna fit.
I'm surprised
and
it didn't fall. It does
Yeah.
not look taped very
Oh,
well.
it's a lot of tape. It's a lot of tape.
Poor
on there.
Luigi looks terrified.
Not as much tape.
It's cute.
I mean, there's not a lot of tape on the fruit snacks, but that's lighter than that one.
Got it.
Although the game is not in there, it's just the case.
Oh, man.
Now, if the game was in there, it for sure would have fallen. Way too heavy at that
Yeah,
point.
but you don't want something that valuable up there.
No, anybody could just,
Just
tear it
leave
down.
the case.
Yeah.
Just the case.
This isn't a window shop. You don't get to pick
Right.
the things you want from here.
This
Okay,
isn't
that's
a-
decorations,
yeah.
and for this podcast only.
Exactly.
Until next year when we do Scavenger Hunt Day 2. And then
Just
I
leave
tape
We're
some more
going to come in
things.
here so amped, like, bro, where's Luigi's Mansion? Give me a clue.
That's always going to be up there.
We know where everything is already.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Okay, I have a
Same
question.
blueberry.
Have you guys ever done the geocaching thing? Geocaching? Is that how you say it?
I have a story for that. I don't
Oh,
know if I
good.
should bring it up, though.
Wow.
I don't know what that is.
well, now the audience needs to hear
Who
it.
does it involve that you're worried is going to hear this?
Just a friend. Okay. So,
Yikes.
You could change the name.
Well, tell them what geocaching is first.
Can I guess first?
Yeah.
Is it where you're looking for something on like Google Maps and
Yeah.
it shows up and it got caught by the Google car, and if you look for it in an address, like they found one
Oh,
guy
no.
who was
No,
hiding
That would
a
be
body.
really kind of cool. though.
Close.
it's like a
Very
metadata
close.
sort of thing.
It's you use GPS to find things.
Oh.
I've honestly never done it. It's usually in a waterproof container that includes a log book and trinkets.
But it's like
Finders
things,
are
though.
required to leave their signature or name in the logbook and may take a trinket out of the box as a way to remind them of their achievement. They must replace the trinket with another one of their choice and leave the cache in the same place they found it for others to find.
That makes much more sense.
So-
than
Yeah,
what I said.
literally. none.
So here's a little
Geocache.
story for the
A little story.
geocache thing. A while back, I was dating this girl.
Oh boy,
And
that's
she
the friend.
had a no. She had a cousin who was a friend or whatever.
That's the
So that's the friend. Now this cousin, he drove me crazy sometimes, just because he would just do things that just
I don't want to go too into it, but he would just drive me crazy.
I mean, one example would.
I'm gonna give one example.
Okay.
So like one time I was working. They went with some friends to go to the beach. He didn't have any sunglasses, so he asked me if he could borrow some sunglasses. And I said, I don't really have an extra pair. I only got my Oakleys that I like have in my car and stuff. And
Yeah.
he's like, well, can I just have those? And I was just like, I
No.
don't know, dude.
No.
Like, not really.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like, I'm going to use those to drive to work. He's like, come on, like, I don't have any sunglasses. So I'm like,
No.
fine.
No.
So I let him borrow my
It's too nice.
sunglasses. But I told my girlfriend at the time, I'm like, just make sure you get them back from him because he lived in Orlando, which is like an hour and a half away. I was like, get it back from him before he goes back to Orlando. So she's like, okay, yeah, I will. So anyways,
Like,
she
what do you need
doesn't.
sunglasses for? Are you that bad at going outside?
I guess he just didn't want to squint as often as he had to.
Man.
So they went to the beach or whatever, and after that, he left and went back to Orlando, took my sunglasses with him. So I was like, okay. I'm like, so I kept telling him, next time you come down, bring the sunglasses. Yeah, I will. I'm sorry, my bad. So I'm like, okay. Month goes by. He finally comes back into town. I'm like, do you have my sunglasses? He goes, oh, about that. I'm like,
Oh my God.
what are you talking? I'm like, what about that? He goes, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I don't have them. So my girlfriend at the time was like, tell him why you don't have them. And
Oh,
I go,
no.
why? I'm like, can you get them next time and bring them back down? He's like, no, like they're gone for good. And I go, why? What happened? He goes, well, I was driving back to Orlando or this was probably a separate day though. He was driving like either to or from Orlando. He found one of these geocache sites.
And he left your
stopped there.
fucking sunglasses?
What?
It gets a little bit
dick.
better. He stopped there, saw that, you take something and then you leave something.
Oh my
The
God.
only thing he saw in his car that he could leave was the
his fucking
sunglasses,
glasses.
which
What
he
a
didn't
piece of shit.
remember that were mine for some reason. He's like, oh, I forgot. I thought they were just mine and stuff.
What?
So I go, well, like I didn't know what geocaching was. I'm like, can you go get them? He's like, well, it doesn't really matter if I do. And I go, why? And he goes, well, one, somebody's probably already going to take them out of the box, but also they wouldn't fit inside whatever it was. So he goes, I had to melt the sides of it with my
What the
lighter to
absolute
shove it in there.
First off,
Yeah.
why would you not just lie at that point?
I know, like,
I
Like,
lost
why-
them. Why?
Yeah, why go through all that
express your
detail?
stupidity?
it just kept getting worse and worse. I'm like, dude, like what? like you can't even make that up.
Yeah.
Like what?
So
I'd
you-
rather you say you lost them.
Wait a second. You A, forget that they belong to someone else. B, just stupidly grab a pair of Oakleys out of your car.
right.
To then dish out to someone else who you don't
Randomly.
even some random
And
then
destroy
you
them.
proceed to destroy them, and in all that time you don't think, oh fuck, these aren't mine.
Yeah.
Jesus
Whoops a
Christ.
daisy.
I was like,
Forgot.
you melted the sides to shove them into the box?
And you think somebody went back and got them?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that,
So
that
after
was
that,
one reason why I
You
was not
did,
too fond.
forward X button.
yeah. Reset. Just reset.
Forward X button. Down
What was
back circle.
All of it.
Yeah.
Just to get. I was just. That's just one of the stories that used to just bug me with him. Like he was just so very, just annoying.
So what did we learn?
I mean, we're
Don't
friends
be
now,
so
but
friendly.
I'll never let anybody.
for one.
I'll never let anybody borrow Oakleys or nice
Anything.
sunglasses again or
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Well, I feel like in this moment we could use a positive scavenger hunt story.
Do
you
I
have
have
one?
one?
I have one.
You
Okay,
have
Go
one.
for
yeah.
it.
I mean, it's kind of a scavenger hunt.
Oh.
I won't get into the whole like
Actually
nitty gritty
makes
of
me
it.
sound pretty cool.
Okay.
So for our engagement, he sent me on a scavenger hunt all over
I did.
Hillsborough and Pinellas County.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, geez.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Was
well,
it worth
I mean,
it?
we're still
Did
married.
I work it? Did I put my thing down, flip it, and then reverse it?
So I had a guide with me who was one of his best men, and he obviously kind of helped me along. And at each stop, there was a friend or group, like couple, that was friends with us, and they would give me the next clue. So like my
Aw.
guide was with
Oh,
me,
nice.
so that I obviously didn't like.
Get lost.
I made
Orlando.
her. I made her a DVD
No, see, well,
to
yes,
kick it off,
he did.
Okay.
to let her know kind of what she was doing, and I made her a mixed CD of all her favorite Disney songs on it.
Aw.
Yeah.
To listen on
And I
the way.
sent her with my friend And
Yeah.
Just a search.
sent you to lunch as well.
Yeah, he did. One of the stops was at lunch because he knew I would be super
Yep,
hangry.
and
But
I
it was like
had
a
her-
6-hour ordeal. So.
They were so easy, though. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
She loses her guide. She winds up in Tallahassee. Her
What
hair's
am I-
disheveled. She's screaming at the phone. Where am I?
One of my friends, too, like, completely forgot his clue and was like, go eat lunch in Tampa or some shit. I don't know.
I immediately was like, Gatoba,
Yeah.
I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Nice.
But anyway, it was good. And the
Yeah.
end was the prize.
Aw.
Me, baby.
Were you just like laying there with roses all over you?
No, no
okay.
roses.
Okay.
Just laying there.
Okay. Nice.
All our family witnessing.
Oh.
Why is he Oh.
Why is he- just tidy whiteies with like a
But
single
along
rose.
the way, I did have to take pictures and send them to
prove?
Who was I sending them to? No. Sean
You
was taking
didn't.
pictures.
Sean was
His
sending them
friend
to
was
me.
taking pictures with the people that
Right.
and then he was
And
sending them to him so that he knew how long
where they
it was
were.
until I was
Actually,
gonna show
he
up.
turned on his Find My Phone,
Oh yeah, so you guys
and
could
so
literally
I could
me.
see literally where you guys were.
Yeah, because the last stop was the first place that we kissed, and it was my parents' house at the time. I know we were like so juvenile, but
Nice.
it was my parents' house.
That's cute.
It makes me feel like I'm a 16-year-old getting kissed out back
Aw.
because I like
Well,
On the
really-
front
really
porch.
paints a great story for me.
no, you know what I'm saying. But it,
She was 17 at the time, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
I was barely 30.
but inside of my parents' house was all of our friends that were there along the way. So.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so they were, as soon as she would leave them, they would leave and go to HQ,
Yeah,
and we had them all hide their cars all around the neighborhood, and she had no idea.
nope.
And
I
then,
didn't.
like, we did it out back, and she didn't know anybody was there. She just thought, like, her parents were going to be in there.
Mm.
And then we went into their house, and everybody was there.
There were, yeah, even some people that weren't along the way. There was like 50 people. It felt like
Nice.
a
Well,
lot.
not 50.
Well,
That's
maybe like
sweet.
30. Maybe like
But there was a
25.
good amount of people there,
Yeah.
for sure. It was awesome. Sorry.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so
That's
there's a
cute.
happy
That is a
scavenger
nice-
hunt
that's a nice-
story.
At any point, did you take the glasses off of her face and melt them? and say, there you go.
Actually,
and that was the
I
end?
ransacked our house while she was gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
No,
did.
that's a good.
When
that's
she
a good
story.
she said yes, we got back home. I was like, no, you got to clean all this up.
bitch.
Sorry,
take that.
take that.
Yeah. No,
That's cute.
that's a
Yeah.
cute scavenger hunt, though.
Yeah,
I
it's a
love
good
it.
one.
So see, people do that.
I have a nerdy scavenger
please.
hunt story.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really remember many details, but it was at San Diego Comic-Con like 5 or 6 years ago. They had it was when like Adventure Time was like at its prime.
Right.
And they had a big Adventure Time booth, and you could do a scavenger hunt and win like a gold medal with the Ice King on it at the end. So you have to go around like different booths, and they would give you a pen. There was a pen with a different character on it, and then you just collect all the pens. And if you
Right.
had all the pens, you go to like this headquarters and turn them all in, and then they give you the thing.
Ice King.
But there was like clues for which booth. It wouldn't just say which booth. There was like clues about the booth. It was pretty cool.
That's
Did you get
awesome.
the medal?
I did get the
Okay.
medal.
Nice.
Still hanging in my
Another
room.
good
you have to
story.
find Brendan Fraser.
That's another good story.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
times.
awesome. I've always wanted to go to San Diego Comic Con.
It was
Yes.
amazing.
I haven't wanted to go to San Diego, but I do want to go to Comic
Yeah.
To Comic Con.
We'll go for the
It's
con.
just gotten crazier and crazier each year.
That's
though.
what I hear.
Yes.
My favorite stories about that are like Daniel Radcliffe dressing up as Spider-Man. and
Yeah.
going.
I
Different
actually
people,
met
yeah.
Jared Leto and didn't know it was Jared Leto because
No
he was
way.
wearing it was at New York Comic Con. He was wearing like this ape mask, and I had a conversation with him and some other dude because we were standing in front of like one of my favorite comic artists,
Mhm.
and had no idea until I saw him posted online later.
That's
Like
so
a huge
cool.
Jared Leto fan, but I was still kind of cool.
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
That is
That's
cool.
So pretty cool.
It's like Bryan Cranston wearing the
Right, that would have been
Heisenberg
badass.
mask or whatever, but it was actually him underneath it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bryan Cranston wearing the Bryan Cranston
yeah,
mask.
yeah.
And then they bring him on, everybody's like, ah, ha, ha. And then he takes the
it off.
mask off, and they're like, oh, shit!
yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's awesome.
Good times.
Cool.
I like
All
it.
right. Well,
So, that's actually the trifecta of Scavenger Hunt stories.
Yeah.
Romantic,
romantic.
romantic property damage,
And nerdy.
Those are the three.
With those powers combined,
We would have made old lady, whatever her name is, proud.
Yeah.
we
she'd
would have.
probably be shocked that there's different types of scavenger hunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. She'd be like,
That's
"What
good.
is geocache?
yeah.
What What? Did I say it wrong?
No, you did.
No,
That's right.
that's good. I thought she was here for a moment.
Right. We were like, how'd she get here?
When she walked into the studio.
Okay.
All right. Well, the most important question, though, is at any point are you going to try to find a cake?
I'm going to
God,
say
yes.
yeah.
I think
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. I
Or
think
do you
can have a
find
cake.
something in the cake?
I mean,
like-
that could be a clue.
You know what?
What's the day? Mardi
Well.
Gras? You get the baby, or what's that
You
weird
get a
shit?
baby?
Everybody gets a baby on Mardi Gras. So I hear.
There's the,
I haven't been in a long
cake.
time. Wait,
I've
what? No.
There's the king cake, and then whoever gets the piece that has the little tiny plastic
Oh,
baby.
I know
in
what you're
it.
talking about.
That's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
a scavenger hunt.
I was going to say that baby's not going to survive inside a cake for
And
very
it's like a
long.
little nude plastic baby.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
strange.
That's weird.
Sounds
Okay,
really
so-
cool.
I mean, that's
It's a thing, though. I know
Back
what
to
you're
the
talking
real
about.
question at hand.
the real question. Will you hide a baby in cake?
like a real baby.
I don't know about that, but I will say this is a definite yes.
I think you
There
kind of.
could
I
be
think you kind
cake.
of failed on our scavenger hunt by not having the last thing be a cake.
God damn it.
That's too hard to hide in here.
Rob.
I could barely get the blueberry out
you-
in time before everybody got to
you
the studio,
coulda,
and then she
hit it.
found it in my hand.
Sorry.
So,
I could have taped it to the ceiling, and
but
then
there
just
is cake
with a
in
I
there.
pulley
actually,
lever.
I actually have some cake in my pocket. Little pocket
I'm
cake.
just very observant, and there's promised cake in the fridge if anybody
Yeah.
wants some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
well,
technically is cake.
Right
yeah,
on.
we'll go find some cake after this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a solid, solid date.
It's a solid,
and
yeah.
following-
Good commentary. Well,
finding a
that's it.
cake last. Just didn't put it on the list, but yeah, definitely do a scavenger hunt. Find a cake, eat it too.
Don't
And
swallow the
holiday.
plastic baby.
Propose to your wife.
Propose to your
Yeah.
wife.
Bingo.
Get some comic book signed by Jared Leto,
Yeah.
and burn your sunglasses
Were
at
you
night.
even listening to the story?
yeah. The details are just a
Listen.
smidge off. Come on.
I don't know. That was pretty close.
That was good. You
Oh,
did
sorry, I
great.
didn't mention Mardi Gras.
And babies.
And, no, I mentioned.
Okay.
I
baby.
did.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that does it for this episode of Will There Be Cake. Thanks for joining us, Jack, Megan.
Yeah.
You're so very
What about me?
welcome.
I didn't get to you yet. I'm thinking. The
Thank you,
guests
Amber,
first.
for having us on the show.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, of
I
course.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
She's
Respect.
here every time. It's
That
not
makes her
special
more
anymore.
important.
It's-
Oh.
no, but it's not
Wow.
special for me. It's
Wow.
not special for her. It's only special for
It's
you
always
guys.
special
But
for
once
me.
you guys hit like 10 appearances,
Yeah.
then
You're not
whatever,
special
yeah,
either.
I won't thank you anymore. It's normal by that
Well,
point.
Jack and Megan are here
I'm
again.
used to it. Yeah, reluctantly.
Screw those guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow. This has been a Seven Lamb production.